Hi everyone, this is Luxtos, and today I'm bringing you yet another WeakAuras video guide. We'll be covering Monk WeakAuras, Brewmaster, Windwalker, and Mistweaver. But before we get started, I want to thank every single one of you for the incredible amount of support here on YouTube and over on Twitch. You guys are amazing. Keep liking, commenting, and subscribing. This is insane. I'll keep uploading more content. So, let's get right into it. So, I'm on my Monk currently, and I'm spec'd into Brewmaster. So, we are going to import the proper WeakAuras. Make sure you installed the added WeakAuras and make sure you have the latest version. For the time of this recording, this is 2.6.6. This is very important that you do so. Once the add-on is loaded, you're going to open the 6th link that you can find in the description below for the Monk group. So there's going to be 6 of them: rotation, resources, utilities, specifics, interrupts, and cooldown. So to import those, simply open them up, click copy WeakAuras import string. Go back into World of Warcraft, click import, paste the code in, there you go. We're going to do this for all groups. If you're new to this, I'm going over this step so that you can follow along and make sure everything is imported properly. If this isn't your first WeakAuras video, you've seen this a million times. But we need to make sure everyone is on the same step. So there's going to be a lot of specific for all the specs. There you go. Last one, cooldown, copy, new, import, paste. There you go. So we're all set. As you can see, when you're currently out of combat, the only thing you see is your energy bar, and this is going to be your stagger bar. So it's going to display a percentage relative to your health, what's the actual number being displayed here, and it's also going to show you the color. This is going to be your utility bar at the bottom, and at the top we're going to show the specifics. So that's going to be some short cooldown, some buffs that are active, and all that good stuff. This is going to be your cooldown. So for tank, this is your defensive cooldown. For DPS, it's going to be your DPS cooldown, and the healers, it's going to be your healing cooldown. This is going to be your interrupts, and of course, this is your rotation bar. At the bottom right here, I added something new, especially for the Brewmaster. This is the duration of your Iron Skin brew. It's also showing up here, so there's going to be 2 ways to track if it's up, because it's something very important and it needs to be available at all time. So there you go. So we'll go ahead and enter combat to show you what the actual WeakAuras look like. So there you go. There we are. So we are tracking currently Keg Smash. We're tracking Breath of Fire. We're also tracking Blackout Strike. We're tracking Iron Skin Brew. Purifying Brew is using the exact same cooldown and the exact same stack mechanic, so there's no need to track both of them, and this is the only one that you need to track the actual duration. So the other one is just to clear your stagger, which can be tracked at the bottom here. The last one is going to be Expel Arm. So Expel Arm is not available currently because there is no Orb. The way it works is you have a passive that summons Orb that can heal you, so that you can there you go. So there's going to be Healing Sphere, and you can consume them using Expel Harm. So as soon as it's available, it's going to glow up, letting you know how many are available currently to you. Currently, with my spec, I'm using Rushing Jade Wind. So this is going to be showing up here. We're using some basic talent. This is not a guide, so this is not going to tell you how to actually specs. For Brewmaster, this is simply to show you how does the WeakAuras work. So you can pick Chi Burst and Chi Wave are going to be tracked up here. So we'll go ahead and change that. Eye of the Tiger is not really going to track. It's good, it's important, but it's always going to be up most of the time. So this is just going to be tracked over here. Chi Torpedo is going to be tracked. You're going to track the buff so that you can wait for the last second to stack the other one and get the stacked movement speed, which is going to be very useful to do. Tiger Lost is going to be tracked as a utility, and it's also to be going to be tracked as an active. So you're going to see the cooldown down there. Spitfire is not going to be tracked. There's nothing to track in here. Light Brew is going to update the icon for the rotation. And Black Ox Brew is going to add simply another tracked cooldown. Ring of Peace is simply an interrupt, or this is interrupts and crowd control, basically. Summon Black Ox statue is simply going to be here, letting you know if it's active or not, so that you're aware of what's the duration remaining on it. Like Sweep is being tracked down there. Dampen Arm, Healing Elixir is going to be tracked here because the cooldown is very short. Dampen Arm is tracked on the side right there. So Invoke is going to be tracked as a cooldown also. You're going to see the duration up here. This is not being tracked. This is simply additional damage. So this is not being tracked. This is also just a passive buff. There is nothing you can change around that. It's just nice to have. Guard is going to be tracked as a cooldown up here. And Blackout Combo is also going to be tracked. So I'm going to show you how the rotation works, basically. So Breath of Fire is not going to light up until Keg Smash is active on the target. So you can go ahead and Keg Smash, then Breath of Fire, and then you're going to track the duration of the debuff on the target. So if you switch target, it's not present anymore, but it's still letting you know what's the cooldown on the ability. So you can go back to it and simply Breath again. Blackout Strike is simply going to light up whenever it's available, and you're going to see a 1 at the bottom. The 1 is going to represent the amount of elusive brawler stack that you have on yourself, because each time that you do Blackout Strike, you get a stack. You're also going to see those stack up here as a visual representation on how long do they have left, so you're going to see it both ways. We're tracking Chi Burst and Rushing Wind also. There you go. So if I go ahead and use Iron Skin Brew, you're going to see that first, my Keg Smash is going to light up. Because Keg Smash needs to be used on cooldown. But you don't want to use it if you have 3 stacks of your brew, because it resets the cooldown, so it's a waste. So when you go in, use one, there you go, and then you can go it with your actual DPS rotation. There you go. So now you see that it's resetting. As soon as you're at 3 stacks or about to hit 3 stacks, the brew is going to glow, letting you know you can use a new one without losing time and charges. So that's going to be very, very important. If, of course, you have light brewing, this is going to update to be 4 instead of 3, of course. What else? So at the bottom, you could see that I'm tracking the duration of the brew. So that's going to go down slowly. And I'm also tracking it here. So you know that you can achieve 100% uptime if you keep spamming Keg Smash. Also, your energy bar, since Tiger Palm costs 25 energy and Keg Smash costs 40, your goal is to almost never go under 40 energy so that you can always Keg Smash whenever it's available. So the way that I did this is your energy bar is going to go... It's going to reduce in opacity as soon as you go under 65 energy, letting you know you should not use Tiger Palm. So if you do a normal rotation, for example, there you go. So I can use it. Then I can Blackout Strike, of course. Use it on cooldown. I can brew, Keg Smash, Blackout Strike, and then I can use it. I can use it. There you go. So it's letting me know when I have a free available Tiger Palm that is not going to put me at risk of losing valuable seconds on the reset of Keg Smash. So that's going to be it. Sadly, it's going to be hard to show you the stagger bar, but it's a very standard stagger bar. I would love to show you at the dummy, but they're actually going to give me a beating. They're very, very strong, and I'm not going to last very long. So the stagger bar is going to change, and it's going to update 3 information. So you're going to see the relative percent damage being with your health. You're going to see what the actual number is and all that useful information. So that's going to be pretty much it. I really hope that you like this one. I'm really, really proud of what it looks like and the utility that it offers for Brewmaster. So all cooldowns are going to be tracked. I think everything is said and done for Brewmaster. Okay, let's move with Mistweaver. There you go. We're simply going to equip a different weapon. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. This is just for the sake of it. Okay. So, Mistweaver. let's check talents. So this is going to be the same thing. So Chi Wave and Chi Burst are going to be tracked as specifics right there. Mist Wrap is not really going to change anything. Chi Torpedo, same thing as Brewmaster and Windwalker. Tiger Lust also is going to be tracked. Life Cycle. So Life Cycle, the way it works is once you cast this gets buffed, and once this is cast, the other one gets buffed. So Vivify and Enveloping Mist. So these are gonna glow out each other, letting you know that you should probably cast the other one before casting the previous one again. So this is not really gonna be tracked. There's nothing much to it. Manatee is only gonna be an additional cooldown being tracked. Song and Ring are simply tracking here as CC and interrupts. Healing Elixir is going to be tracked as a utility down here because this is only healing yourself, so this is not really a healing cooldown, I would say. That's how I think about it, at least. Diffuse Magic and Dampen Arm are being tracked on the on here because they're a defensive cooldown. Invoke and so Invoke is going to be tracked as a healing cooldown. Jade Wind is tracked as a healing cooldown up here. And Summon Jade Statue. So it's going to let you know if it's available or not. So, because if you're spec'd into it and you're healing someone, you should probably have that down. So as soon as you press it, it's letting you know you have 15 minutes left. If it goes away, it's letting you know you should probably recast it. So that's going to be hit for the Jade Serpent. I'm not tracking the cooldown on it because it's really a slow, a quick cooldown. So there's no real reason to actually remove it. It's pretty much just going to be you're out of range or something, so cast it again. So Upwelling is not gonna change anything, so it's just gonna change the number of stack that you're tracking on Essence Font. So that's all that's gonna change for that. And yeah, so that's all for talent. This is simply gonna add some stack, and this is simply going to allow you to Fist Weave. So the way that I built the Mistweaver rotation, first, everything except other than cooldowns and interrupts are being loaded out of combat. This is something that you can change if you wish so. A lot of you have been requesting on how to do so. So if you do not like this feature, you can simply come in here and make sure that the in combat checkbox at the top is checked in combat, so it's only going to load in combat. You can do that for every single group. It should look like this. So currently these are only loading in combat. You can uncheck it if you wish to have them load all the time. You can check them if you want them to load in combat only. So you can do that for all groups. Those are yours. You do whatever you want. These are there to be customized. So that's going to be it for the combat system. So Mistweaver is going to have its basic rotation being available out of combat because it can happen that you actually want to heal people that are not in combat. So I find it useful to be available. So the way I track things is we're going to see Renewing Mist, how many charges you have. And we're not going to track how many there is, not on this button at least, because it's not really relevant. You just want to see how much you can spam it, pretty much. And as you can see on Vivify, there you can actually see how many Renewing Mist are out in your current group. So you're going to be able to track if you're in a group, if you have a lot of Renewing Mist available, you're going to be able to see that your Vivify is going to do some massive healing. So that's going to be very nice. So if I go ahead and cast Vivify, I'll get Life Cycle because I'm talented into it, letting me know that my next Enveloping Mist is going to be, it's going to have its cost reduced. So I can go ahead and cast it and have my Vivify light up because I have the opposite buff. So there you go. You can change that out and do whatever you like with that. Then we have Essence Font, which is simply going to track its cooldown. That's all there is to it. With the stack, it's not going to change much. So this is going to stay pretty straightforward. And I'm simply going to add in here your DPS rotation. So since Tiger Palm doesn't have a cooldown, I'm not tracking it, but I am tracking Rising Sun Kick. So currently I'm using an alt modifier macro, so if you want to check that out real quick, it's pretty easy to do. All I'm doing is I'm simply doing a /cast mod alt. So you can replace alt with CTRL or shift, and you simply, the first one is going to be which spell is available once you press the modifier, and the other one is going to be the default spell. So all that I'm doing is I'm simply, you can simply do Rising Sun Kick, and there you go. Blackout Kick becomes available. It's going to show you when Rising Sun Kick is on cooldown. As soon as it comes off cooldown, it's going to get replaced back with Rising Sun Kick before that, because that's your priority and the one that deals the most healing and damage. So what you do is you do this, and then you go into Blackout Kick. There you go. And if you do some Tiger Palm while in between, it's going to let you know how many stacks of teachings of the monastery that you have. So you can go ahead and use it, and it's going to do multiple kicks. So that's very nice. I'm tracking a lot of information into a single button on the WeakAuras. So that's very nice. You're going to be able to track all of that, and you'll be able to do some fist weaving if that's something you're interested about. So, and for enveloping mace, I'm simply tracking how many targets are affected, and the way that it works is it's lighting up and showing you the actual duration on the target that you're targeting. So if I target this guy right there, it's gonna show me. Oh well, it's casting on me. He's probably in PvP, but you get the idea. So it's gonna simply allow you to track which target is affected by this, and it's gonna allow you to see how many are affected, which is very nice. So I don't think there is anything else to talk about rotation-wise. This is very straightforward. Healer are always a little easier to keep track of, so this is going to be pretty much it for the Mistweaver spec. We're going to go with Windwalker. There you go. This is the best one, I think. I really love what I did with the dynamic events on this one to track your mastery. So out of combat, we're simply showing you combo points. Well, actually, chi, which are currently set to 0. And we're showing you your utilities and your energy. So the first row is exactly the same. Second row is exactly the same as the two previous specs. So we're simply going to track stacks, cooldown, and active. Same thing for Chi Burst. Fist of the White Tiger is going to be tracked up here. So we're going to go in combat and let you see. So Fist of the White Tiger is being tracked up here. Chi Burst also is being tracked up here. These are, so this is going to be simply CC, which is going to be there. These are not being tracked. Inner Strength is going to be tracked, so you're going to see how many stacks you have, and if you ever mess up your It combo, Diffuse Magic and Dampen Arm are simply going to be tracked as defensive cooldown, in the utilities. It combo is going to be tracked also, so that's going to be the exact same thing. Sorry, this one is not the It combo, it's the Chi that you spend. This one is going to be tracked as your It combo. Rushing Jade Wind is also going to be tracked in your rotation, and this one is going to be tracked in the DPS cooldown. Whirling Dragon Punch is going to be tracked in here, right there, and Serenity is simply replacing your baseline cooldown, Storm, Earth, and Fire, and this one is not going to change anything. So that's it for talent. Let's go ahead and show you what does the rotation look like. Again, these talents are not the way to go. This is simply to show you the most interactive talent so you can figure out what does the WeakAuras look like. So there you go. I'm currently not able to use any of these abilities because they cost chi, and I don't have any. So the icons, just like the bar down here, are displayed in blue, letting you know they're not available. You don't have enough resources. So you should probably start building some, right? There you go. As you can see, the mastery, it's letting you know that this is the last ability that you casted. So what I'm doing is I'm simply lighting up I'm simply dimming down, actually not lighting up, I'm dimming down the last ability that you did. So you're going to be able to keep track on every single ability that you cast on the target. There you go. So I'm going to need to change my weapon first, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do Fist of Fury. Some nice bloopers going in here. Okay, there you go. So if I do Fist of Fury, it's going to light down. If I use this one, it's lighting down, letting you know what is your mastery currently tracking on. So there you go. As soon as you hit max energy, it's going to, well, or about to hit max energy, it's going to tell you to dump some energy using Tiger Palm. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. You just need to make sure you don't repeat the ability so that you don't lose some damage with your mastery. Fist of the White Tiger kind of needs to be used on cooldown, especially if you don't have maximum chi. So it's going to check out for that. So if you have almost to max cheats, it's not going to tell you to cast it. And if your energy, you need some energy to actually use it. So that's also going to be tracked. So there you go. And Whirling Dragon Punch is going to wait for both of those abilities to actually be available. So you can go ahead and use those, do your kick, chi burst, and you can go ahead and do your rotation. So it's very easy to keep track of because every time that I use an ability, it's lighting up, letting me know, yo, don't use this ability again. Very easy to keep track of. Your bar is going to light up as soon as you hit maximum chi. It's just gonna light up a little, so it's very faint, but it's just gonna let you know that the ability is well, not the ability, but that's your max chi. So if I start using multiple abilities there, you'll see I'm starting to get some stacks on Spinning Crane Kick, and it's gonna light up, letting you know you have 3 or more target available to be using Spinning Crane Kick. So then I can flush the mastery and go at it again. There you go. So it's letting you know how many targets are affected and if there are enough target in range. Because if they're not in range, it's not worth casting. Because, well, don't spin doing nothing. It's not worth it. So if you go back into it, there you go. It's going to keep track of it. So this is a very, very, very complex and dynamic WeakAuras system, all packed into a very small space. So this is going to be very, very nice to help you with your Monk DPS. So we're going to keep track of all your major cooldowns. So Touch of Death, we're going to track it. So we're simply going to let you know how long there is. And also the same thing for your Storm, Earth, and Fire. So that's going to be tracked also. So that's very nice. There you go. Of course, all your defensive are also going to be tracked. Flying Dragon Kick, Karma, and all that good stuff. They're also going to be Transcendence. There you go, which is going to be tracked. So that's pretty good on that. There you go. You also have energy overlay, letting you know how much energy your heal is going to cost, which is could be useful in PvP or surviving in some PvP environment, in some PvE environment. So that's going to be it for Monk. Monk were a pretty good challenge, but they were very fun to build. They're very dynamic. And I love the results so far, so I really, really hope that you guys enjoy it. If you want to support my work, you can find me on Patreon, which you can find the link below. I invite you to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube, and you can also post a comment. Which WeakAuras is your favorite one so far? We're gonna see who watches this video till the end. I also invite you to come see me on Twitch. We're actually recording this live. So my chat is watching me record these video live. So if you want to come see us, learn a few things, ask question, chat with the community, we're having a great time, and we're just building a larger and larger community every day. So I invite you to come check out. And we also have a Discord, which you can find the link below. Simply join the Discord. You're gonna be able to see new giveaway when I go live, whenever I update any of these WeakAuras. Because right now, I'm 11 out of 12 class done. I'm currently doing the Mage class, WeakAuras, and we're going to be done soon. So all I'm going to do after that is going to be updating every single WeakAuras for BFA, keeping them up to date, keeping them working and bug-free. Then we're going to go ahead and do a phase 2, which is going to implement PvP talent and all that good stuff. So, I really hope you guys are enjoying these. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Show me some love, show me some support, and I'll keep making even more content. I love you guys. Keep it up, and good luck in BFA.